Hello BookTube, this is Johnny. I thought I'd make a video. Drinking coffee this afternoon. It is January the 17th, 2018. It is 3:08 in the afternoon here in West Michigan on a Wednesday afternoon. I'm sitting here, said that again, reading The Darkmans, a novel. Yeah, I'm on page 441 of the novel. The novel is about 838 pages, so I'm reading that. And before that, I was reading. I got my bookmarker. I was reading The Most Dangerous Man in America, Timothy Leary, Richard Nixon, and the Hunt for the Fugitive, King of LSD, by Bill Minutaglio and Stephen L. Davies. When I was reading this, Timothy Leary was in a medium security prison back there, and I think it was in the 1970s, and he escaped with the help of the underground radical revolutionary group back then called the Weathermen. And my wife and I were saying, well, we want to know the history of the Weathermen. So I remember reading in this book, Destructive Generation, Second Thoughts about the 60s. There is a chapter in here on the Weathermen. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it starts at 67, I think. Yeah, the rise and fall of the Weather Underground. So I read that today. And this morning I read some more of Moral Reflections on the Book of Job, Volume 4, Books 17 to 22. I'm on here. I start tomorrow on Book 20. So I've read Books 17, Books 18, and Books 19. The last verse I read was on, I think, was on chapter 29 of Job. What verse was he sharing his allegorical, mystical thoughts on, or reflections? It was on chapter 29, verses 19 and 20. My root is spread out to the waters, and the dew lies all night on my branch. My glory is fresh within me, and my bow is renewed in my hand. So yeah, till tomorrow. I also read some of this, God's Glory and Salvation Through Judgment, a Biblical Theology, by James M. Hamilton Jr. I'm reading on the Exodus. You have Genesis, and then you have Exodus. And then I think you have, how's it go? It goes Genesis, Exodus, I can't remember. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, which is the Torah, the 5 books of Moses. So yeah, and I wrote in my diary, I ended on page 41 today. So tomorrow is a Thursday, January the 18th, 2018. I'll be on, what did I say? I'll be on page 50? No, page 42 tomorrow. Tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny. Today it's been sun and clouds and cold and kind of windy out. I got in the mail a new CD by the group Portal. I can't remember the title of the album. It's Portal. I think it's Ion. Wait, I can't pronounce it. It has this kind of strange kind of diagram with it. I don't know what it is, if it's the portal to some kind of mystical world or some kind of, I don't know, it looks like a bunch of, I don't know what it is. Portal, I think they come out of Australia. It's put out by Profound Lords Records. So I got that in the mail today. I'm supposed to get a book in the mail tomorrow. So I've been reading The Darkmans, wandering the house, watching the birds, drinking coffee, writing in my diary. When I read books like about Timothy Leary, and it makes me think about my past, the 60s, hippies, and the Weathermen Underground, and the anti-war movement, and the Black Panthers, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I collect books on the 60s, so yeah, it's a good book to have. It says here, when Newt Gingrich was swept into power in 1994, he announced the victory of the conservative counterculture that arose in reaction to the radical counterculture of the 60s. Peter Collier and David Horowitz were leading members of the radical generation. While they once pushed its hardcore agenda, over time they began to see its tragedies as well. Destructive Generation is the untold story of the 1960s, the tragic consequences of everything goes hedonism and destructiveness of revolutionary passion that typified the attitude of many young radicals. Destructive Generation, which critics have compared to The God That Failed in Whitaker's Chambers Witness, is a modern conservative classic, imperative reading for anyone who wants to understand the New Left and its sad legacy for America. One thing about this book, about the most dangerous man in America, it's almost like reading a novel. I don't know, you can't call it a biography, you can't call it historical record. I think a lot of it is based on events, but it's kind of made up, imagined, a lot of imagination. But I just read it because I'm always reading books on Timothy Leary and the 60s and the Weathermen and the counterculture and the underground. I'm kind of interested in that. Psychedelics, mushrooms, mescaline, radicalism. I'm kind of like into that. So, yeah. So not much else going on this afternoon. I don't go out much anymore. Since our dog died in July, I don't go for walks. I don't really leave the house much except to go to the Book Nook on Friday. And I go grocery shopping, and if the weather's nice, I might visit local thrift stores, but that's about it. Today I got a notice about having my yearly physical in February, and I canceled it because I hate going anywhere. Now that I'm on Medicaid, I don't have to have a physical. I used to be on my wife's health insurance plan, which required every year that I take a physical. Now that I'm off my wife's insurance plan and I'm on Medicaid, I don't have to take a physical. I don't have to go to my doctors. I hate going to the doctors. I have to go to the dentist next month, which I hate too. But I gotta keep my teeth cleaned. I don't want to lose my teeth in my old age and be gumming my food when I'm a real old guy. I don't know if I'm going to keep reading the Darkmans. I don't know. I'm kind of spaced, but I thought I'd just check in, say hi. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for the new subscribers. And until next time, bye.